The first order of business is that we should elect a moderator from among us. It is customary to award an honorarium to the moderator of the annual town meeting. What is the pleasure of the audience regarding an honorarium?
$100.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
The second order is to nominate a moderator for the 146. Pardon?
Take a vote on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Kira. I appreciate that. Are we going to vote on the honorarium? All those in favor? Aye. Any nays? Hearing none. The second order is to nominate a moderator for the meeting of the 146th annual meeting of the Riverside Township. Do I hear any nominations? Any other nominations?
I nominate Pat Pavlich.
Any other nominations?
Madam Chair, I'll defer to Madam Pavlich. I'm with Brenda.
You're Madam.
Steve, did you say you were withdrawing?
Yes. I said Pat can do it.
Okay, I think whoever nominated Steve needs to withdraw the motion.
I withdraw the motion
Thank you.
for Steve,
Thank you, John.
not for Pat.
Okay, all those in favor of Pat being the moderator?
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none? Pat, please come up. I'd like to administer the oath for you. I can't find anything for you.
You're going to do it next year. See, you're looking at shooting for that.
We're looking pretty old.
I'm sorry, I can't find the paper with the oath. Bear with me, people. I am so sorry. Can't find the paper.
Would you like another copy?
Do you have a copy, Marjorie?
I can get one, yeah.
Thank you, I would
Sure.
appreciate that. I apologize for the inconvenience of making everybody wait.
So, anybody? So how's
Anybody know what
everybody
they are?
doing?
Like do a little soft shoe.
No. You already know that. You want me to sit over here or you want me over here?
Yes, you can.
Wherever you want me.
You can come right now, wherever you want.
Anyway.
I'm uncomfortable. Right now,
Well,
I
I
feel
know,
stupid.
but don't worry, things like that. Lions Club is having their chicken dinner coming up. This, the 17th, if anybody, yeah, and there, you have a number of members here in the audience, so we're not at the Lions Club meeting this evening.
It's right here.
Also,
we
the
got it.
videos are having a bake sale on that same day, that will be right out here.
Yeah,
We got some of Riverside Township's finest bakers.
all right, we're ready. Repeat after me.
Want to raise your hand?
Oh, sure.
Okay. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duty
of moderator
of moderator
at this town meeting
at this town meeting
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Finally found the paper, yeah.
No problem. Thank you.
I think it should be signed.
I'm sorry?
The oath should be signed.
Yes.
We will do that, yeah. We shook hands on it. All right. Well, the first order of business would be the approval of the minutes from the last annual town meeting. All of those were available to you on the back table.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mary Rob Clark, are you taping this or? Okay. And it was seconded by John Ertler. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. New business. Under the new business, I don't have a list here, but I'm just going to go from past. Is there any new business to be brought before this town meeting? I see you thinking. No new business? Nothing to do with elections or anything? Okay. Then we'll go to, what? Oh, okay. Township reports. We'll start with the financial statement of the township supervisor. Would you like to present yours, please?
My annual report,
You want to step up to the podium?
my annual report for Riverside Township, the financial condition of the township is in very good condition, and financial statement the board members have or will have at the next meeting.
Okay.
We have the Riverside Township Nurses Closet, which is being used very extensively, and we are getting a few donations into there. And what we do need are really wheelchairs, because they seem to go out very quickly. Riverside Township Food Pantry. Just recently, Central School has held a food drive for the township and dropped it off. I'd like to thank them. And Hauser is in the process of having a food drive for Salvation Army and the Riverside Township. Riverside Township this is the first time they've considered us in their food pantry drive, so I thank them. We're still giving out Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners. Blood pressure is still going here in Riverside and North Riverside. Seniors, we have a senior reduced program yet, fair program, voter registration notary, handicap parking, general assistance fluctuates from month to month. Sometimes they're high, sometimes they're low, sometimes there are flat grants that have to be given, and sometimes there's just emergency assistance for utility bills. Senior assistance, we work with the Aging Care Connections for the medical billing community care programs. We sponsor the Riverside Township Senior Citizen Society, and that is run by Mary Rob Clark, and it's she's done a lot of work with them, and she's going to continue. Hopefully, she's going to be holding an exercise program on the blood pressure days, or once a week. Hopefully, we can get somebody to help her out as a volunteer. Pillars in mental health centers, we help out. Community grants we give out. We have the township radio players. Thursday afternoons at the meetings is very successful. And Riverside Town Hall is open to any organization that is within the township. And that is my report.
Thank you. Motion to accept the report of the financial statement and the report of the township supervisor.
So moved.
I have Vera Willis and John Redford. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I hate to rush you, but now it's the township clerk's turn.
The traditional duties of the clerk are to prepare the minutes of all regular and special meetings of the board. In addition, to maintain and preserve all township records, file official documents, ordinances, and administer oaths to office holders. In an effort to educate myself and the attendees of our annual meeting, I did some research concerning township government. Cook County is organized into townships, with the exception of the city of Chicago. In 1902, the voters in Chicago chose to abolish the 8 townships in the city. Illinois has 17 counties that do not have township government. Each of the counties are divided into precincts. Operation of the township government of Illinois is established primarily by the Township Code 60 ILCS1. Each county has the option to adopt or discontinue the township form of government. The trustees are governed by an elected board, which consists of a supervisor and 4 trustees. The following is a list of the general services that township can spend money on: public safety, environmental protection, public transportation, health, recreation, libraries, social services for the poor and aged, and development and retention of business, industry, manufacturing, and tourism. While writing this, I read the list above, and I thought about the numerous new programs that could be instituted and implemented within the township. There's a trend today to abolish township government. The consensus is that the township government is dysfunctional, a waste of taxpayer dollars, and an unnecessary layer of government. The demographic of the average constituent residing in Riverside Township has changed dramatically in the last 10 years. In keeping with the times, we must be open to change and explore new processes that track our accomplishments and provide results to the average voter. We all need to start making changes to keep up with the expectations of the township constituents. The board needs to do more than approve grants and payments. They need to become proactive and start meeting with various community groups and find where they can assist to make positive change is in the community. The first step to accountability is to provide a mission statement, goals, and objectives. Progress can then be evaluated based on key performance indicators which track the progress of goals. Then an accurate report can be reported to the township constituents. The other indicator is that the board does not get reelected. I thank Deputy Clerk Marjorie Niguez and Andrew Luther for all their hard work and dedication in assisting the entire board, and I believe that it's my sincere honor to serve as the township clerk. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a motion in front of me to accept the report from the clerk. I move to Fran, and seconded by Marjorie. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carries. I really enjoyed that as a side note because every township is different, and I think you pointed out it really does. A lot of times people confuse it. Thank you. Report from our township assessor.
Thank you, everyone, for coming this evening, and thank you to Rich Tusher, our supervisor, and the Township Board for continuing to support the services of the Riverside Township Assessor's Office. The reputation of my office continues to enjoy a great reputation for providing excellent service that continues to spread throughout the township. It shows through increased contact from taxpayers who request assistance with appeals, exemptions, certificates of error, fielding questions about property taxes, and educating taxpayers about the property tax system. So in order to do a better job, our office does keep some records on the major duties, and I'll just go through some of the information of those major duties. So the one duty that we are statutorily required to perform is to process permits. So all permits from all 4 municipalities in our township are coded in our office and sent on to Cook County. Last year, we processed 1,415 permits, totaling $30,388,140. The dollar amount is up from last year primarily due to increased development at North Riverside Mall. Next, we provide services to help our taxpayers file for exemptions. And those exemptions include the homeowner exemption, senior freeze, disabled homeowner exemption, disabled veteran exemption, the sunset exemption, which was a special exemption last year. So last year we had 348 residents file exemptions. The Cook County Assessor's Office sends out senior renewal applications in January, and when they notify us, we start calling our seniors. Last year, we called 250 seniors to let them know that their exemption applications were in the mail and offer them to come in for an appointment so we could help them fill out their applications. They're always very appreciative of that call. They like looking for that application, and when they, believe it or not, sometimes it gets lost in the mail, and they're so appreciative that they can be on top of it because of those phone calls. We also provide assistance with appeals at both the Assessor's Office and the Board of Review. Last year was our second year in the triennial. We assisted 480 taxpayers with appeals. We work with appointments, we have walk-ins, we receive phone calls and emails, all within a 30-day period. All appeals need to be filed within 30 days with either the Assessor's Office or the Board of Review. We work through breaks, lunch, and into many evenings during this 30-day period. We're trying to figure out how we can even work more efficiently and get even more of our constituents in to help them file appeals. We also we track property transfers. This year, it proved to be a little challenging because we normally get that information from the Cook County Recorder of Deeds office. However, they're changing their system, so we weren't able to get as much of the information as we usually receive from the Recorder of Deeds office. So we had to look for other sources. Namely, we looked for the property transfers in the newspaper, and we were able to find that 174 residential transfers occurred last year over the 4 municipalities and Riverside Lawn, unincorporated Riverside Lawn, and they totaled $55,566,605. We had one commercial sale at $500,000. The median level of assessment was 8% of market value. The assessor's office works wants that to be 10%, but it is the second year of the triennial, and we're just coming back from a down market, so there's always a lag. The Cook County Assessor's goal is for the assessment level to be 10% of for residential properties and 25% of market value for commercial properties. We also help our taxpayers with certificates of error. So the law allows taxpayers to go back 3 years to get back any funds or any taxes that were overpaid due to missed exemptions, or sometimes taxes are overpaid due to incorrect information in a property characteristic, which causes the assessed value to be too high and the taxes to be too high. So last year we assisted 62 residents, and they received $107,567 back in overpaid taxes. That's almost $1,700 per person. That is true. That is an amazing number. And most of these people, when they come in to see us, they have no inkling that they have this money coming back to them. They don't know that they can go back 3 years. Sometimes they don't even know that they qualify for a senior exemption. So all of this is found through discovery that our office performs on our appointments. So this is just one service that our office provides, and I think that it justifies our budget of $48,000. Just one service, we're bringing in money to our taxpayers. And it also provides a good story. So we have a Riverside resident who also has property in Berwyn. And she was very frustrated because she really felt that this property in Berwyn was overassessed, and she was paying too much in taxes compared to what she was seeing in other properties in Berwyn. So she went to the Berwyn Township Assessor, and they told her that it was appropriately assessed. Well, when she came to us, we had a discussion, and we did an analysis, and we discovered that there was actually a characteristic error in the property characteristics. And the Berwyn Assessor's Office could not have possibly found this out. They just took office. His staff was brand new. So it's because of our experience in our office that we were able to assist this resident. We filed 3 appeals. It took us 3 appeals, but we finally got the Assessor's Office to make the correction and lower her assessment and refund $10,000 in property taxes. So the point of this is that this experience of our office does matters. It matters a lot to our taxpayers. And also, the second point of the story is to read your reassessment notices. She had received a reassessment notice every 3 years, but she never read it. And the information was right there on her reassessment notice. So because of this, we will also have a program this year on reading your reassessment notice. We will be reassessed next year. So look for that at the end of the year. Also this year, we had something unusual pop up where we extended services to Cook County because they're looking to do a buyout program with Riverside Lawn. And we were able to act as a liaison between the Riverside Lawn residents and Cook County. We hosted 3 meetings, and we also provided them with a lot of information on the properties in Riverside Lawn. So I really think that we've provided a lot of great services to the people of our township. My office works as a team. Mary Jo Miller and Barbara Legan, who are here in the audience, are very instrumental to the success of my office. They excel at customer service. They are knowledgeable and professional, and I appreciate their services, and I know the taxpayers appreciate them as well. And so concludes my report of the Riverside Township Assessor's Office.
And everybody that I know within the township appreciates you, Fran. You do a marvelous job.
Thank you. I
Amen.
appreciate that.
All of, the whole office is so well run.
Thank you.
I will be approved.
I was going to ask. Okay, I have a motion to accept the assessor's report by Vera Wilt, and it was seconded by John Ertler. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. It was 2 really, well, more than 2, really excellent information. Now I'm going to have a report from the Mental Health Board, represented by Judy.
My name is Judy Noviak. I am here representing the Riverside Township Mental Health Board. I have had the privilege of being a part of this board for over 30 years. Back in 1972, the voters of Riverside Township approved a referendum to create this special tax for the purpose of which is to fund community-based services for mentally ill, developmentally disabled, and chemically dependent citizens of the township. We operate under the general philosophy of that the Mental Health Board of Riverside Township has the general purpose of advocating, providing, and evaluating programs and services which enhance the mental health of the community of Riverside Township. The board supports these programs which can sustain and improve the well-being of individuals, their attitude toward themselves, and their adjustment to the community and each other, and acts as a source of mental health information and as a representative of the community at large. Mental health services fall basically into three categories. Mental health services, which include family counseling services, child and adolescent services, adult treatment services, and crisis intervention. Pillars, which is one of the core organizations that we support, also provides counseling services for the students at Riverside Brookfield High School, which is funded through the Mental Health Board. Second is the services for developmentally disabled, which include developmental training services, infant early intervention programming, sheltered workshop activities, job skill training, respite care programming, and family support services. Developmentally disabled population includes community members in mental health and or physically disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, and so forth, which may prevent the opportunity to live a normal, productive lifestyle without specialized assistance and support. These services, again, are funded through the Mental Health Board. They also include outpatient services to persons suffering from alcohol, substance abuse, or chemical dependency. This past year, the Mental Health Board has funded 4 community-based agencies as follows. Pillars, which offers mental health services in the amount of $265,252. Helping Hand Center for Developmentally Disabled Children and Adults, sponsoring or has a School of Autism for children from 3 through high school, adult services, as well in the amount of $166,520. Community Support Services, which offers respite services for the families of children, adults and children with various disabilities, of $44,372, and UCP Seguin, United Cerebral Palsy, Seguin, in the amount of $13,000. We had a total community grant and aids of $489,144, thanks to that referendum that gave us a few extra dollars out of your taxes. The demand for mental health services, developmental disability, and substance abuse services continues to increase as more individuals become aware of the availability of such services, and the effectiveness of treatment is further demonstrated. Thus, no township residents are turned away based on a lack of financial resources, including the instability of state funding to social services. All of the agencies that we support are lacking state funding because of the lack of budget. But again, no services have been reduced because of that. They are finding innovative ways, fundraising, in order to keep those services going for our residents. And we greatly appreciate their service. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion? John Ertler moves that we accept the report from the Mental Health Board. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ann Kibitsky, seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carried. Thank you. Is there any other business to be brought before this meeting? Hearing none, we'd like to have a motion to set the date for the next annual town meeting. By statute, the date would be the second Tuesday in April, which would be April 11th, 2017. The statute also dictates that the meeting should not begin before 6 p.m. Do I have a motion to set the date and time for the next annual town meeting?
So moved for 601. I vote for 601. That kind of covers it, protects us, doesn't it?
Yes.
To make it for 601, not 6.
Well, we're just reading the statute to you, so it can,
Okay.
that was the only one. But if you want to correct it to say 6:01, that sounds good. Do I have a second? I have 2 seconds there. Mary Rob Clark. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. One last call. Anything else to be brought before this group? Then I'm going to call for a motion for adjournment. Judy Novak. Do I have a second? Joe Enegas? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Meeting adjourned. Just wanted to do that.